Beyond photo backdrops for tourists, classic red telephone boxes seem pretty obsolete. But rather than decorating them in adverts for phone stacks or using them as urinals, please stop doing that. Why can't we transform phone boxes into something lovely? Let one phone box in South London serve as the perfect example. A phone box on Loampit Hill, on the corner of Tyrwhitt Road, in Lewisham, had been turned into a miniature library. Residents can pop into the box and take part in a book exchange, taking whatever book they fancy and leaving one behind. The mini library has been going strong since 2013, and still gets visits from everyone from kids looking for paperbacks to elderly people hoping for a new travel book to peruse. It was created by Sebastian Hadley, after the Broccoli Society gained use of the phone box under BT's Adopt a Kiosk scheme, which allows people to transform public spaces into something cool for the community. Sebastian has since moved away, but two micro-librarians, as in, people who work at a small library. They're not teeny-tiny in stature, take care of the box to make sure books are well stocked and no one's done anything naughty, although they say the public generally treat the box with respect, even cleaning it without any payment or credit. One micro-librarian, Tom Simpson, said, "We don't keep any record of who uses the micro-library, or how often, but I often see people using it, and the turnover of books is quite quick, so it is well used." We have had various notes left that say how good an idea people think it is, or thanking people for leaving certain kinds of books. The amount of books varies, but usually the shelves are full, and there are often additional books lined up on the floor. We generally just keep the books tidy, and let the stock self-regulate. It seems to work out fine. There are books of all genres and periods and languages, and we don't censor them. All we might do is put the more adult books on a higher shelf. Mark, 64, is one of the library's regular visitors, popping in 3 or 4 times each week. I usually borrow textbooks as my particular interest is history, whether it be local or international, so I come here, take a book one like, read it and bring it back for someone else, he said. Every time I walk along this street I make sure I stop and pop in. It's popular with everyone and is such a brilliant idea. When you walk past and see new books, especially when I see my topics sitting there, I get excited and go straight inside. It's amazing. Miriam is another fan, having lived in the area since 1982. She said, "I remember the telephone box when it had an actual telephone, although I don't think I ever used it. There are a lot of things in the library, occasionally there are even DVDs. I've put bags and bags of books in there. Quite often people just have a look in it on the way home. I've just come off the train and am walking home. I thought I would have a look for some kids' books as my daughter is a teacher, so it's very useful to her. There is a big array of stuff. You get anything and everything in there all the time. I don't often take any books, but I do put a lot of things in. It's always tidy. Surprisingly enough, you would think people would urinate in it and all sorts, but they don't. People have a lot of respect for it and it gets used a lot. Can every street corner get one of these, please?" More librarians share the strangest questions they've been asked by the public. More, what it's like to live with chronic fatigue and depression.